Welcome to Culture Corner. Happy Emancipation Day. Thank you so much for tuning in with us here as we highlight Freetown Clarendon and the awesome week of activities that they've been having there. A really packed week of activities that they have been carrying out through the Citizens Association and a number of other community-based organizations. And we want to celebrate that on this episode of Culture Corner, brought to you in partnership with the Jamaica Cultural Development Commission, JCDC for short. And we have been having an awesome set of engagements across the island, starting last evening with the Emancipation Vigils in every parish. And the Vigil for Clarendon was held in Freetown, and we're going to hear all about it in a little while from our president of the Freetown Citizens Association, in the person of, I hope I'm getting his first name right, Verol. All right, but he'll be coming on in a little while. Let's see. Verol Dixon, Justice of the Peace for the Parish of Clarendon as well, the island of Jamaica. Lizzie Boo, thank you for tuning in, and for all those who are connected, whether you're with us on YouTube, Facebook, or Instagram, thank you for connecting. Be sure to go ahead and subscribe or follow wherever you're at for this discussion. So stay tuned as we bring on President Verol Dixon, Justice of the Peace, over there in Freetown, Clarendon. Welcome, Sir Dixon.
Good night, and thank you so much, Mrs. Witter. Miss Witter, yeah.
All right. So I know you must be very exhausted. Long days, long night last night with the vigil.
Yes.
But exciting things to share nonetheless. And I know that you are, still pumped up about what's been happening over there in Freetown, Clarendon, because we have a lot of Freetown, so we have to clarify. All right, so let's start by sharing a little of the historical background about Freetown, Clarendon. Where did this Freetown come from, and the importance of Freetown to our heritage as Jamaicans?
Thank you so much. Thank you, and welcome to your visitors and your viewers. Thanks for having us. We're very, very happy to be here. Freetown, we are the proud holder of the silver medal of freedom for Jamaica. That is to say that Freetown is one of the first free villages in Jamaica. Freetown Clarendon is one of the first free villages in Jamaica. Slagerville having the gold medal being the first, and Freetown Clarendon is the second. Freetown, the inhabitants, they were owned by slaves owners, and they gave them lands to build on. In 1835, the Freetown area was known as Free Negro Village. But by 1840, it was renamed Freetown. And so we are very, very proud and happy for this opportunity and for this freedom that was given to the people and the citizens of Freetown in 1840. And so we have churches, 5 churches. The Anglican Church and the Baptist Church is the oldest church in the community. But we have the Seventh-day Adventist Church, we have the International Gospel Center, and there are others. As I said, 5 different churches and 3 schools, 2 basic schools, and 1 primary school. That is the Freetown Primary School. All right. Freetown is if you remember Justice Lensley Wolf, a former Chief Justice of Jamaica. He is a product of this Freetown that I am talking about. So the Honorable Justice Lensley Wolf is a product of Freetown. All right.
All right. That is some awesome stuff. So if you did not know before, now you know a little bit more about Freetown Clarendon. Thank you so much, Sir Dixon, for sharing that. All right. So for the emancipation independence period, we usually start off with church services. There's a
Yes.
national church service. We have parish church services across the island. But
Yeah.
Freetown also started off their week of activities with a church service. And then there are
Yes.
several activities leading up to today. We're going to talk all about that in a little while because we want to hear what went down and what are some of the highlights coming out of those activities. But before we get
Mm.
there, what inspired the Freetown Citizens Association to organize this week of activities?
All right. I was hijacked to be the president of this great movement. They went to a meeting and they decided that they want me to be their president. Even though I declined, they said, "No retreat, no surrender. You're going to be our president." Mr. Mack from the SDC, Mr.
Yes.
Mackenzie from the SDC, he was the chair at the meeting. And so he outlined to us the importance of this legacy that Freetown has and doing nothing about it. So we were encouraged to do something about it, plan something, plan some events, and start the celebration. When people get gold medal, silver medal, and even bronze celebrate. And we're saying
Yes.
we are silver. Why don't we celebrate our legacy, our freedom? And so we start to put things in action from February of this year. I think the first meeting was on February 17, somewhere there, or February 7. I think it was February 7. And after the other meetings, we start putting things in gear and sending out letters to get sponsors for the events that we have. As a matter of fact, it was a bigger, wider thing we had. We even had a mini Miss Freetown in there and stuff. So but yeah, so that was in the plan. But after burial came, most of the plans were blew out. We were the sponsors were not coming forward again, and they too suffered. So we understand that, and so as a matter of fact, we were even thinking of canceling the whole celebration until another time. And so we said, instead of canceling, let us scale it down because the church service can go ahead, the vigil can go ahead, and the health fair that we have today can go ahead, the sports day can go ahead. So let's not cancel everything. Let us just zero in on the most important things and capitalize on those. That was what we did. And man, let me tell you, um, we were anticipating this with like our breath was stopped, and we were just anticipating this week of celebration. We hit it off Sunday with the church service, and I did not even know that it was going to be such a bomb, and it went off with a bang. Believe you me, the church service was off the hook. We have some dignitaries that passed through. The MP passed through, the which is Colonel Charles Jr. We had His Worship the Mayor, Joel Williams, passing through. We had Mrs. Benjamin, our councillor, sitting councillor at the moment, passing through. Also, Renee Morgan, PNP caretaker, she passes through. The Honorable Edith Chin, she sent a representative in the form of Mrs. Tobian Smith James. Um, Second Lieutenant Mr. Bailey, D. Bailey, he sent a representative, Ms. Sherwood, to represent him. So we have an array of representatives from all sectors. The police was representative, SSP Shane McCullough. He sends a representative, and so we were well represented by the diaspora. Also, we were online. People were overseas watching the service, and let me tell you, the veteran Vernon Darby was our guest speaker, and may I tell you, he did well to justice to the service. We had a supercalifragilisticexpialidocious time on
Love it.
Sunday. It was off the hook. The church service was good. Was chaired by the bishop for the International Gospel Center, Mrs. Curry Davison, Dr. Bishop Curry Davison, she did a fantastic job in chairing that program. Let me tell you, those who missed it, you missed something. And so we are in the mood for planning for next year, God's willing. You can't afford
Right.
to miss it. You, Miss Witter, we're looking forward to have you there live and direct. So start planning from now because we're looking
All
forward to have
right.
you there.
As long as God tarries, I'll put it on
Yeah,
my calendar.
that's right. That's
That
right.
is
That's right.
amazing. I can feel the excitement, the energy coming across here. Some awesome things there. And it is quite clear in terms of the connection in terms of preserving our heritage, because
Yes.
these community is at the heart of whatever it is that we do as Jamaicans. And so, all right, we have Romeo here. Welcome, Romeo. It's your girl, Hannah. Hi, Hannah. Romeo said that he went to the church service and he was also at the back to school fair today. It was so, so good. I loved it. All
Wonderful.
right. Thank you
Wonderful.
so much, Romeo. Our Sorrento Resource Connector, avid supporter, always sharing so others can get wind of the info. Dr. Lavelle, thank you for tuning in. All right, thank you so much. All right, continue to keep the comments rolling and cheer on Freetown. And I must commend the team for following through with the activities, because I'm sure there's been great impact, and we're listening to hear more about that. So tell us now, how has the community responded to these heritage events? Romeo just shared that he loved it, and Romeo is not from Freetown, so he came over to Freetown to celebrate with you all. But how did the citizens of Freetown that's living in Freetown, how did they respond to the celebration?
Surprisingly, we who organize these events were very surprised by the response, the outcome, the show of love and gratitude from the citizen. The church service was a buzz. The only one that we didn't have a buzz at, but was still good, was the financial literacy um, workshop that was on Tuesday. Maybe if a lot of folks knows that the Ministry of Labor and Social Security was giving away free money, we maybe would have place to hold people out there on Tuesday. But
That's
that was
right.
the only one that has like some 35 to 40 persons. Other than that, the rest of the celebrations have over 1,000 people, over 1,000. The vigil last night, we could not count people. The road was almost locked off. The police was there to help us to get the traffic through and all that. And so it was well supported. And from the response from the citizen that sees me this morning, and their comment were, Freetown has come alive.
Oh,
And let me feel good to know that yes, that impact this community so positively, and they're saying the Freetown has come alive, and we should keep it up. And I'm saying to them, we can't keep it up without your support. We need the
that's right.
citizens' support. We need everybody to come on board to make this happen, because this is not for just a few of us who is in the executive. This is for everybody, every citizen of Freetown. And so we're sending out the invitation to every citizen of Freetown. When we have our citizens association meeting, please turn up at these meetings, because we have great things planned for you. Every first and last Thursdays meeting, citizens association meeting, turn up at 6:30, Freetown Primary School, every first and last Thursday. Whatever you plan to do, even if you plan to die, postpone it until you come to these meetings, because these meetings are very important for our community.
Love it. Hello, Dexroy. Thank you for joining us. I agree with Romeo. Romeo says 35 to 40 persons is a good
Oh, but I'm
support
not
for the
hearing.
financial literacy session based on the ones that he has been to. Yes, and considering it was a Tuesday, a work day, that was good. So
Not hearing
commendations
nothing.
to the team. Awesome. All right. We're having some technical challenges over there, but he'll soon be back. Dixie will soon be back. So Mackenzie said it was a buzz as the target for the workshop was achieved. The Bureau of Gender Affairs stated it was one of the best one held so far. Commendations going out there to the team. All right. Thank you so much, Sir Mac, and the others for tuning in. All right. So while we wait on Sir Dixon to reconnect, Dominique, come on in and share with us. We're pulling you in. Sir Dixon is coming back in now.
Hello, good night.
All right, Dominique Wilson is the president for the Freetown Police Youth Club. Just showing you her face. And we also have backstage Sabrina Akins, our community development officer for the Freetown space and a number of other communities. I don't know how these officers do it, but there are so many communities to maneuver through the Social Development Commission. All right, ladies, stay put, just showing your beautiful faces on screen. Let's bring on back Sir Dixon. Welcome back, Sir Dixon.
Yes, sorry about
All
that.
right.
Yeah.
All right, that's fine. We understand this technology. We just keep it rolling.
Yeah.
All right. So you would have already shared how the church service set the tone for the week. What were some of the key takeaways from the financial literacy workshop for you?
Oh, wonderful. The Sagicor Bank was on hand. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security, Financial Services Commission of Jamaica, and Kuna Caribbean. They have wonderful saving plans. They tells the people how to budget. That was very important because sometimes many of us we get money and yeah, it's a nice piece, but before you know it, it's all gone. And so they were able to share with the group how to budget and to stretch your monies. But the most important part of it for me was the investment part of it. Because the question that I asked the presenters, how is savings really going to help me if I save something? If I show them an analogy of 4 pence of a pen with compared to 4 pence, and I said I'm putting up this 1 pen. This 1 pen, I am putting up this 1 pen as savings. This is my saving. On rainy day, I am going to use this for rainy day. Say I'm saving it for rainy day. So when rainy day comes, I pull it out and I use it. What do I have left? Nothing. But if I invest it, I have 2 pence. I invest those 2 pence. I have 3 pence. I invested 3 pence. I have 4 pence. Rainy day comes, I use 1 of the pen. I still have 3 pence. So the investment part of it was the most important part of it for me, because I'm saying we need to invest. And so a lot of us went away with the idea that investing is key. It's a key to wealth management, to wealth on a whole, investing in something. And they were saying that investing in real estate is a good thing because it does not lose its value and all of that. Yes, I understand, but some of us don't have the money to invest in real estate, but we can invest in something more similar. Once you can turn over the money, invest in it. Do something to turn over your money. The very money that you have put down for rainy day, invest it. Because I know they didn't like what I was saying about using the savings for investment, because the bank want the money to use for they invest your money when you give it to them. But so I'm saying invest it yourself and give it to them to keep. After that, so we take away some good thing, but the Ministry of Labor were giving away free monies for people who want to start a business. Once you have paperwork for that business, you can show the business is registered and you're struggling. The Ministry of Labor and Social Security were saying to those of us that were there, they are willing to give you a startup and you don't have to pay it back. That's free money. And so the workshop was a good thing. And I'm sure that if a lot of Freetown folks knew that that was going to be said there, then it would have been packed like the church service and the vigil and the health fair today, because we all need some free monies. But once you hear financial literacy, people just think that, oh, they're going to talk about money and that's it. But it was very informative, it was very rich, and it was good. And I'm sure that all of us who were there, we left with something. We're better off handling our monies now.
All right. And not to worry for those who were not there, because this is the Serenity Resource Connector. And so we are going to be capturing all the resources that's shared here. We had the Minister of Labor and Social Security on a couple weeks ago. So if you missed that one, there is a blog post on the website, serenityresourceconnector.com. You can go there and it highlights all the different grants that are available through the Ministry of Labor and the contact details, how you can access some of those. You would have shared that information as well, that once you have a registered business, then you will be able to access grants. And we also had Heart on in that segment sharing about the different programs, and they too have an entrepreneurship grant. So you can go on over to the website and look for that blog and see the contact details and the different programs that are there. There will also be a blog for this one. So just in case you missed some little key points, don't be worried. You can subscribe to the website and you'll receive the blog directly to your inbox, or you look in your community group. Please share the link there so others can benefit from it. All right. And I'm sure we can understand and appreciate how important financial literacy is in the context of heritage and development. All right. Because we need to be developing as individuals, because it's when we develop as individuals, that's how our communities develop as a whole. Right, Sir Dixon? Anything else to add to that in terms of the importance, why you had a financial literacy workshop as part of this activities?
Many of us are financially embarrassed. Many people are financially embarrassed, and you cannot be truly free if you're from hand to mouth, and you have no other way out. Some folks are deep down in debt, and don't know how to get out, and so that you're not free. you're still in some form of bondage. And if we are to say that we are truly free, we need to also be financially free. We need to have financial freedom, where we're able to pay our bills, feed our families, take care of what we have to take care of. And so I believe that Bob Marley, he had a song, Emancipate Yourself from Mental Slavery. Many folks are mentally deranged and are depressed because of finance. They're financially depressed. So we believe that if we are to celebrate freedom, this is also a part of being free from the bills and free from the stress and tension which characterizes our lives each day. That is caused by what we can't afford, the ends we can't make to meet because we are not financially stable. And so we believe that having our people liberated from this bondage is one of the key aspects of also letting them know that this is a part of our freedom. The slaves, the slave owner used to work us out. We don't get any pay. And there are folks who are right now still working and not getting anything, just working. And as I said before, hand to mouth. We need something better. We need to be free, freer than that, and to see ourselves through. Send our children to school. Don't borrow so much that we can't pay back, and all of that type of stuff. So we believe that this was a great move in injecting this aspect into this program.
Indeed, important. All right, let's bring in the community a bit, some more here. All right, so Mark's comment earlier. Hi, Lizzie Boo, my Prezi. I think that's the youth PYC president that they're hailing there. Freetown has come a far way, and we're looking forward to greater things. That's right. All right, commendations from Tropical Breeze. Well done, my team. One PYC president, never two. All right, the young people are here. Cecilia, welcome. Yes, thank you so much. Always nice listening about the community I hail from. Good night, Lady Joyce. Thank you for joining us. All right, so we're continuing to highlight what's been going on over there in Freetown, Clarendon. Emancipation Vigil last night. Wow. That's a pivotal event. Every year, we have Emancipation Vigils across the island. Every parish has at least one. I think the one that's more frequently talked about is the Seville Great House over there in St. Anne, I believe. But Clarendon has one every year, and there's a different location that's selected. And Freetown was on the list, the calendar for the
Mhm.
list of activities this year with the Emancipation Vigil. What activities were included in this year's vigil? I haven't been to one in a few years, I think COVID and all of those things. Yes. So what activities went down last night, Sir Dixon?
Wow. I don't know how to express last night. Last night was just breathtaking. It have us speechless. We have the performers performing, and the International Gospel Center singers and dancers. The drummers, put more drummers. Prince passing through. There are so many things happening. As a matter of fact, JCDC parish vigil was at Freetown last night. JCDC took it to Freetown last night, and the road was full. We blocked off Freetown Square. The JCDC provide free chocolate tea to everyone that was at the vigil who could drink some tea. Free chocolate tea was available to everyone last night. Free soup was available courtesy of JCDC. And jerk chickens were there on sale, and juice and water, and people were dancing and just stepping out, walking out. And let me tell you, it was something else. And those of you who missed it, missed something. But I don't know how to express it. You will just have to be there. It was great. It was good. And the performers, every one of them that went up to perform, they get a forward. They were good singers, and there were some that take it away. We did, the MC had to go up and say, "All right, it's time for you to come down," because they were just having a ball, a whale of a time. They were having a great time. We were having a great time. When folks see me dancing, they should know that this was something good, because
Right.
I don't hardly move, and I was moving last night. My
It was
entire
that
family was out
good.
there. The family of Freetown people came out in their numbers. And as I said, they surprised us because we were not expecting so many persons to be out last night. They were out in their numbers on the first celebration that we had in Freetown. This is going to be a yearly thing. We want this to be a yearly thing under God. If God tarries, we want it to be a yearly thing. Those of you who have not been there and you're listening to us now, please plan. Take your vacation. Tell anybody, everybody, that you can't miss Freetown week of celebration next year. Start planning from now. And those of you who have a little thing to contribute to it, yeah, we just put it up from now. We're ready. We want it from January. We want it because that is one of the downfall we had in this session. The sponsors fell back, and so we some of the things fall through. But after all, overall, it was good. It was off the hook. It was good.
All right. Lizzie said it was great. All right. And Lizzie, I'm taking it from you. It was great. All right. Lady
Yeah.
Mar, welcome. Yes, the excitement is really, really, really great over here. All right. So that
Good.
was last night. So the activities continued into today. Had health
Yeah.
fair, which is very important. What services and resources were provided at the health fair?
All right. The health fair, you have the doctors coming in to do blood pressure check, blood sugar test, HIV test,
Mm,
um, and the children were able to do their school medical. And all of this were free of cost to the community.
nice.
Um, at the end of the day, the doctors report that they saw over 300 people today.
Oh,
Over
that's
300 people were at the Freetown Primary School at the health fair, and Hart was there. VMBS was on board for those who want to join the bank, and so, but more than all, Hart and other agencies that came on board. Um, we were able to sign up some for Heart. Heart told me that they have about 35 persons that signed up for their programs. I said, wow, that was good. Right. And for the doctors to see 300 and unmatched persons, the team came out from the Clarendon Health Department, they came
Yeah.
out in their numbers. Believe you me, they came out and they did a fantastic job. They saw everyone. And courtesy of the Trans Jamaica Highway, the children were able to get some gifts packages with
Right.
books and pencils and sharpeners and crayons and stuff like that to take home to go back to prepare for back to school. So we say thank you to Trans Jamaica Highway. They are one of our sponsors, and they came on heavily and they supported us by allowing the children to get these items. Also, we have a community member who sponsor the bounce about for the children. So the children were able to ride the bounce about free of charge and the trampoline, and they had snow cone, and you know it. The children just had a ball. They enjoyed themselves also. So it's not only the health fair, we had a kiddies corner where the children were able to jump and enjoy themselves, and it was a buzz. Freetown has been a buzz since Sunday, and it is a talk of the town. Freetown is going on the map, and we want to stay on the map because we believe that our silver medal for freedom is not going in vain. We're going to celebrate until celebration runs out.
Love it. Dexter said he watched the vigil virtually and it was awesome. All right.
Yeah.
And Mish is saying that she's pleased with the turnout at the health fair today. I'm taking it. This is the shortening for Michelle. Commendations to Sir Dixon and the team. All right. I love the commendations coming in. All right. Fantastic. All right. And we're talking about health just now. There are a couple of forum that we had regarding health. We had one on mental health and community safety. We had another looking at, I think maybe about 3 post-COVID discussion regarding health. And even before, not COVID, we're Beryl. We have been talking about Beryl now. So many things happening, right? So www.serenityresourceconnector.com. Go to the blog page and you'll be able to see all the information, the resources there, and some tips on safety and different community health tips and all of that that you can utilize to support your community members. Sir Mac. Proclamation was read by the Custos representative at 12 midnight. Councillors Benjamin and Cole and the Mayor of Mapen were all there. All right. Yes, that's one of the features of the vigil. At 12 midnight across the island, you have the Custos or his or her representative reading the proclamation at 12 midnight. That's a part of the Emancipation Day celebration process. All right, great. And it's great to see our local representatives always supporting these events. Very important. All right, so health, we're talking financial literacy, because you can't be totally emancipated and you're not in good health, because then you're going to be a burden to others and society. So we have to take care of all of that. Fantastic job, Sir Dixon. All right, don't go anywhere. We are going to bring in our next president, or president for the Police Youth Club, because the week of activities continues. All right, to take a
Yes.
break tomorrow, and then we're going to round out on Saturday, right, Dominique?
Hi, good night.
Right. So we are rounding out on August 3rd. That's the final day, right? With the
Yes,
Police Youth Club Sports Day. What can we expect on Saturday, Dominique? Tell us what's going to be going down on Saturday at this sports day.
Saturday will be our Police Youth Club Sports Day. It's an annual activity that we always have here. This year we're going to be scaling down a bit. We wanted to do netball, but we don't have a court available. So we're going to be doing football. We're going to be doing football this year and domino.
Football and
Football and domino. Sorry about
football
that.
and domino. Any other activities that's going to be taking place on the day? Who else will be supporting
We're
you?
going to be having some rides for the kids, some of the entertainment in between, tug of war, grab bags, just in between the matches.
You're gonna have different activities going on.
Yes,
Okay.
different activities.
All right. So it's sports and fun day.
It's a sport and fun day.
All right. Amazing. All right. So how does the sports day, how is it intended to foster community spirit and engagement among the youth? Because the youth you're trying to cater to.
Okay, so teamwork,
Okay.
collaboration, health, getting and mentorship, getting young youths to be in a safe space with each other, to have fun, not just to be among each other in violence. Because as you notice, in the country now, we're having a lot of violence, and most of this is young youth. Young youths just coming out of high school, some of them not even coming out of high school properly, and they are
Okay.
being what did I say now?
Recruited for, yeah.
Recruiting for gangs from early.
Okay.
So what we're trying to do is have youth in a safe space among each other, enjoying each other company, and not just warring against.
Okay. So how often do you meet as youth club in Freetown?
We meet every Tuesday, 6:30 p.m. at the Freetown Primary School.
All right. And what are some of the activities? Because if you're going to attract the youth, you have to have something going on. What are some of the activities that you have at your club meetings?
All right. So we have one time for the month, we will have a serious meeting to discuss serious business. For the other if it's 3 Tuesdays in the month, we'll have game nights, social nights, just to entertain the youth. We don't really want them to be coming to the meeting and just feel like we're just talking. We want you to come, feel excited to come to the meeting every Tuesday night.
Okay. All right. So Freetown is a pretty wide area, relatively wide area. So do you have
Yes.
representation from most of the communities? How is the club going?
Yes, from most communities. We go as far as to Rastakana. We have members from Rastakana, Freetown. And as far as to Crossroad, we don't have. Sometimes we have members visiting from St. Catherine that go to St. Catherine.
Okay. All right. That's nice. All right. Remind us of the age range for the club. How young or old can
So
they
it
be to be a part of the club?
goes up from 13, I think from toddler stage up to 29, 30.
Right. Because we have police youth club in schools as well.
Yes.
So the infants, right? But for you, the community club, you have everyone coming together at the meetings. All
Yes, we
right.
do.
All right. That sounds awesome and supported by which of the police station?
Longsville Park and Maple.
Or both. All right. Because you have
Yes.
the community safety and security branch. Someone will be assigned to support you there.
Yes.
All right. So for those who are not yet a part of the club, you have different persons, community group members here that are viewing, might be reading the blog, and they want to know how to get in touch with the club. How do they reach out?
Well, they can contact me at 527-6570 or 777-2282.
All right. Repeat those numbers so we can capture them correctly.
527-6570 and 777-2282.
All right. And that's Dominique Wilson, president of the Freetown Police Youth Club. All right, Dominique, don't go anywhere because we want to hear final thoughts from you. So we are going to go on over now to our Community Development Officer, Sabrina Akins, SDC, the Social Development Commission. They're in Clarendon. Sabrina, welcome to Culture Corner.
Good night, everyone.
All right. So let's talk about the SDC's involvement in the Freetown Week of Activities. How has the SDC supported the organization in executing all of these events? Because I know y'all are head cook and bottle washer in all these community activities, especially when it comes on to mobilizing. So share with us the
So,
details.
the Social Development Commission is positioned under the Ministry of Local Government and Community Development and is the primary agency in Jamaica that has the mandate to work with over 775 communities to build sustainable communities, mainly through sports and cultural activities. Hence, the SDC has been working with the community of Freetown since January in order to help them to develop and identify some of the issues that could, help them to have a better community. Hence, we started to engage them in series of meetings, and through some of those meetings, then we were able to come up with some issues, and from those issues, we realized that lack of active community organization was one of those. So we started having meetings with our residents to get them motivated. Hence, an interim executive body commenced with the Citizens Association. Thereon, the Police Youth Club also came on board, and Freetown, through those meetings, the Free Village was identified as a major area that we could focus on to empower residents and to get the community highlighted in a positive way. Since then, SDC guided the interim body and the Police Youth Club and helped them to celebrate in this Emancipation Day. I must tell you though, it was 1 week of activity. However, due to the unforeseen of Beryl, the hurricane, we had scaled down to 5 days of activities. And we approached the JCDC, who quickly came on board. And so last night we had a blast as they were in charge of the parish vigil, and we actually had a wonderful night last night, and it continues today.
Amazing. All right. So, because I know that SDC from the parish level helped to pull all of these together. Were there any specific initiatives or program that were introduced outside of this week of activities to help to enhance the community development in Freetown as a whole?
Well, through mobilization and Freetown Police Youth Club and the Citizens Association are umbrella groups that falls under the CDC. So these group feeds the CDC meeting. So the CDC meets every third Thursday of the month, and they help to promote these activities.
Okay, for those who do not know what CDC is, that's the Community Development Committee. And as Ms. Akins is sharing, it's that umbrella group that covers your Neighborhood Watch, Citizens Association, Police Youth Club, any other groups within the area, churches, your school, correct? Am I missing any of your business groups, any associations, church?
Schools.
They said church already, right? And all of those community-based organizations that makes up the Community Development Committee. And those are the committees that the SDC actually helps to helps to set up governance structure, right, Ms. Akins?
Yes, it
To help
is.
them keep functioning effectively, representing the interest of citizens in the different spaces. Right.
And as their officer, I also help them to develop a constitution and an action plan, so they have ongoing plans for the upcoming months. So it's not just this 1 week of activity. They have myriads of activities that are coming up.
All right. And you basically guide those activities, right, in
Yes.
terms of ensuring that they are executed and whatever additional resources they need,
Yes.
put them together. I tell you, hats off to the community development officers, because I know it's a mammoth task that you all have to carry out, engaging with all of these different groups. All right, commendations coming in for President Wilson. All right, President Wilson. So you're going to have more engagements coming up. All right. So, what are the future plans as it relates to SDC's involvement in developing and promoting the communities in Freetown? Because we heard it from President Dixon, is galvanizing support because this is just the beginning and they're going to be planning ahead for the next activities that's going to be coming up. But from the SDC perspective, what else is there on the agenda?
All right, so this is just a start. And as their community development officer, I will continue to assist the group in, after all this week of activity, days of activity, to guide them into doing an evaluation. So next year can be more successful and bigger and better. We will also be looking at the resources that exist in the community to get our residents or citizens to utilize and develop their businesses. This will be done through the local economic development support program, and that is one of SDC's program that focusing on developing local resources within the community space. So for our upcoming quarter, Freetown is down for a training in capacity, a value-added training where we will be training residents how to prepare their own sauces. So we're looking at the natural resources that is found within the community, and RADA will be conducting that training. Also, we have some applications for about 25 youths who had shown some level of interest in acquiring certification in public area hygiene attendant. So they will be assessed shortly through the Art NSTA Trust.
That's great stuff coming up there. Happy to hear that. All right. Let's bring on back our presidents, President Dixon and Wilson. We are rounding out the hour. So we have heard about all the activities that took place and the sports day that's to come. We've heard, for those who missed the beginning, don't worry, you can go back and watch the replay. We heard about Freetown Clarendon, the history behind it, and being the silver medal holder as a free village in Jamaica, and all those awesome stuff. And if you missed the energy and the excitement that President Dixon shared with about the different activities, the blog is not going to capture all of that, so you're going to have to watch the replay if you're just joining us. All right. So, and we heard about the activities for Sports Day coming up and the work that SDC has been doing and continues to do with the community. So what's left for us to do here in Culture Corner is for our Sabrina Akins, Community Development Officer at the Social Development Commission, Clarendon location, or President Verrell Dixon for the Freetown Citizens Association, and Dominique Wilson for the Freetown Police Youth Club to share with us their final thoughts on the importance of heritage preservation and community activities, because we're not just doing this in isolation. So Dixon would have shared quite a bit earlier, but he's going to wrap it all up nicely in a little while. We're going to start with Lady Akins, go down to Dominique, and then Sir Dixon, you're going to round off. So share with us your thoughts on the importance of heritage preservation and community activities. Lady Akins.
So heritage preservation is essential for maintaining the cultural identity and historical continuity of a community. It ensures that the future generation understand and appreciate their roots and their rich legacy left by their ancestors. Community activities are crucial as they foster unity, strengthens bonds among residents, and cultivate a sense of belonging. Moreover, these activities provide significant socio-economic benefits by attracting tourism, creating jobs, and supporting local businesses. To sustain and promote cultural heritage, it is vital for the community and stakeholders to actively support and engage in these initiatives, ensuring that, all right, let me go again. To sustain and promote cultural heritage, it is vital for the community and stakeholders to actively support and engage in these initiatives, ensuring that the legacy is preserved and celebrated for years to come. And I just want to add that today was very good, and for the rest of the weeks, and I must commend, I can't leave them out, I must commend some key stakeholders that have supported the SDC whenever they are called on, in spite of short notice. The Bureau of Gender Affairs, the JCDC, the Office of the Custos, the Clarendon Municipal Corporation, the Jamaica Defense Force, and the Clarendon Safety and Security Branch. There's never a time that we call upon them for their support, and they have left out.
Right. Commendations to those individuals, organizations. I know that Clarendon has a really great support system there, and we want to continue to strengthen that. Dominique, President Wilson, go ahead and share.
All right, good night again, everyone. So, history preservation is of utmost importance. I believe that if we are to move forward as a people, then we need to know our history more. This allows us to connect with our past and also allows us to build a sense of place. In the case of Freetown, we are creating history because this community has a rich heritage, a very rich heritage, and every needs to understand this. As a community, as for the community, this is something we have been using to bring everyone together. We are about to build and foster good relationship with young youths coming up. And it is also good to build a relationship with the police Because some of the young youths, when they see the police, they're like, oh, that's an informer boy, it's not police. So this is a good way for them to build a relationship with the police. It also helps to build social development with community members.
Okay.
So those activities are just the opportunity to bring community members and young youths together as one.
That is important. All right. President Dixon.
Thank you. One famous writer says, unless rather you remember where you're coming from, you will have no sense of where you're going or the future. Freetown, to preserve this heritage of freedom, we need to go back to where we're coming from to help this generation understand that the freedom that we experience right now did not just come on a platter. Bloodshed, tears, sweat were brought into it. And we want to preserve all of that by having our community being one of the most peaceful community in Jamaica. The representative for SSP Makala that spoke at our church service on Sunday, she says that there has been no murder in Freetown over a 2-year period. And I felt good about that because Freetown in the past, some years ago, has this negative connotation about it, and especially Rasta Corner. And so what we have done to preserve our heritage so that it does not go back to where the war is to have our police walking through with us, with the Citizen Association and Neighborhood Watch, walking through the community with us, greeting the community members, letting them know that the police is not your enemy. The police is your friend. And after that walk, we got a lot of commendation from the citizens that they felt safe, they felt secure, they felt good, that they are now able to relate to the police. That's freedom. So our next move is to go into Rasta Corner, not only with the police to do a walkthrough. We want the health team to come with us. We want the school to come with us. And we want every citizen of Freetown to come with us in September to walk through Rasta Gully to let the folks there know that we mean freedom. We want to preserve this heritage of freedom. And you cannot be truly free if when you see a soldier or a police, you're going to run and hide because you're afraid of it. You're not free. And so we want the citizens of Freetown, when they see the police, that instead of running from them, they run to them, feel free to talk to them, touch their fists, shake their hands, and welcome them into their space. And so we want to do this to preserve our heritage, the heritage of the freedom, the silver medal of freedom for Freetown. It is very important to us, and we want to continue to celebrate freedom in the best form ever. God bless you.
All right. And Sir Mac rounds it out nicely here. Icing on the cake. Freetown Week reinforced the importance of the interagency network in the parish, strong collaboration of agencies, elected representatives, and other stakeholders. It's in unity that we're going to get there. All right. And so remember, the week of activities continue on the 3rd, but the JCDC calendar is buzzing with activities going into Independence come Friday. Gordon Town Square comes alive with their festival and cultural show. on August 3rd. We have a lot going on. The Independence Village opens up on August 3rd to 6, 4 p.m. to 11 p.m. We have the Miss Jamaica Festival Queen Coronation, and that's on August 3 in the Independence Village at 8:30 p.m. On the 4th at 8 p.m., it's the Jamaica Gospel Star Final and Gospel Praise Concert. And on August 5th at 8 p.m., Melago Round. At August 6th at 5:30 p.m., Grand Gala. But across the island, we're going to be having a host of activities, flag raising ceremonies across the island. In Clarendon, we're going to zone in on our flag raising ceremony starting at 9 a.m. I believe it is at the courthouse. It's open to everyone. All these events are free. So our independence flag raising ceremony is 9 a.m. We also have an independence concert and street dance at 8 p.m. in Maypen Square. At 12 p.m. up there in the North Crofts Hill, the annual Donkey Carnival concert and community street dance in San Crofts Hill. So for those on that side of the parish, you can go on out. And then in all the parishes, you're going to have the flag raising ceremonies. And how can we forget that one awesome day of Denby? Denby's not out. We have one awesome day on the 6th. So a lot of activities. So there's something for every member of the family on August 6th. So you want to go out and support and be a part of what's going on in your communities or galvanizing the town of Maypen for these activities. Or for those who want to journey over into Kingston to experience Grand Gala. Down in Montego Bay, we have a big activity there as well. But in every parish, you're going to have activities going on. Let me thank you, Presidents Beryl Dixon and Dominique Wilson from the Freetown Citizens Association and Police Youth Club. Sabrina Akins, our Community Development Officer from the SDC Clarendon, for sharing with us. For those who are able to join us live, those who are watching the replay, thank you so much for tuning in. I am Winsome, and it's always an awesome pleasure for me to facilitate these discussions here on Sorrento Resource Connector. This has been Culture Corner in partnership with the JCDC. We do this every first Thursday, and you want to stay tuned for second Thursday, where we're going to be focusing on community safety and security with the Area 3 Police. Subscribe, set your notifications so you do not miss any of this. Rich resources, but in between time, you can go on over to the Resource Connector, Sorrento Resource Connector website and capture the resources from the different discussions, be it culture, safety, community corner, health, community organizations, youth development or empowerment, if it is local governance and community development, whatever area of development that you're looking for, it's all there at the Sorrento Resource Connector. You're welcome, Lady Mar. Thank you also. Amazing. Have yourself a fantastic rest of the night and enjoy the rest of your holidays for those who are on holidays. God bless you all.
Good night.